So the question says, write each one as it's simple, make it as simple as possible, and then evaluate if that's even possible. So the first one in part A, again, this is where we have things mostly memorized. We have sine something, cos something, minus cos something, sine something. So as far as what angles are the same, I have a 3x and a 3x. I have an 8x and an 8x. So on my formula sheet, I might be looking for these as alphas and these as betas. Oh. How many of you have drawn an alpha before or a beta before? Do you know how do you, like, you learn in grade 1 and 2 how to make an A, but now we've got new letters here. So this is how I like to make alphas and betas. The alpha, start in the top right-hand corner and loop down. Okay? So it's pretty easy to draw. The beta is not a B. So in English, we do a B like this. This is not a beta. For the beta, you start at the bottom and loop around. Okay? So the betas, I think, are they're really fun. If anybody has studied German, they're very much like there's a German letter like that called the Eset or something. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Anyways, very fun to draw, but we get off topic because we're learning how to write letters. We got our alpha and a beta. Do we have a formula that matches up with this? Yes. It is the sine alpha minus beta formula. So we can write this as sine 8x minus 3x, which is just equal to sine of 5x. We can't evaluate this because there's a variable in there, but that is a lot simpler looking than what it was to begin with. Now, the second one has pi over 6, so that's something you could evaluate because you know that tan of pi over 6 is root 3 over 3. We haven't learned how to do pi over 12 yet, so if this was non-calculator, at this moment you couldn't do this because you don't know how to calculate tan of pi over 12. But again, looking at my angles and highlighting things that are the same, here I have my pi over 6's, here I have pi over 12. And in addition to the sine and cosine identities, on your formula sheet, you also have the sum and difference identities for tan. And all you have to be able to do is recognize when you have one side and when you have the other side. So here I have tan something plus tan something minus 1 minus tan something, tan something. So we could just say this one is my alpha, this is my beta, alpha and beta. Is there one that says tan alpha plus tan beta equals 1 minus tan alpha tan beta? Yes. It's equal to tan alpha plus beta. Now how do you add pi over 6 plus pi over 12? You need to have common denominator, which would be over 12. It'll be 2 pi over 12 plus 1 pi over 12, which is 3 pi over 12. Does that simplify? To what? Tan of pi over 4. And what is tan of pi over 4? 1. So that one you could evaluate. And all of those calculations together there will simplify and just be 1. All right, questions 4 and 5 are ones that we can do for practice. We're going to do one more example and then look at some practice.